Hello, good morning, and welcome to Spilled Juice, made by the Breakfastcraft team. I'm here playing single player, trying out the single player mode. If you're interested in playing some Spilled Juice with the Breakfastcraft team, they do have a server. So, yeah, just do ! Breakfastcraft if you're interested. We are here in that wizard tower that we saw that very first running around day last week. I've been on the server quite a bit on the server. I've been playing quite a bit and getting a lot of things prepared so that we can have some fun today, hopefully. So we'll see. Hi, Comet Lore. Nice to see you, and thank you. Happy ending of the year as well. It's been a pretty crummy year for me this year, so I'm hoping next year will be better. But I've moved my bed up there to the top, and so I've moved in. We're living near the wizard tower now instead of in that little hidey hole. And out here you'll see I've done a whole bunch of things, so get ready. But oh yay, and it's almost nighttime. So I've walled off an area here. I have a whole bunch of crops. I have the start of enchanting, which I did disable Quark's Matrix enchanting. It gave me a headache. I was frustrated with it, so I disabled it. I have some animals. I had 2 sheep. I guess we'll be getting another sheep. But yeah, so we got a whole bunch of crops here. Most of it, I think we still need carrots, potatoes, which I have done a lot of exploring. I've done a lot of exploring and have yet to find a village. So they're extremely rare for some reason or another. The only other option would be to hope to get one from a zombie. So we can hope to get them from zombies. Matrix enchanting, it is something from Quark Oddities, I think. And you pretty much are given a Tetris board, and you can pull pieces in to make your enchants, and it's just not very intuitive in my opinion. And I was very confused by it. I tried it for a couple of enchants. I don't even know if I have the materials anymore that I enchanted. But yeah, I gave it up. It's probably fun for some people. I wasn't interested in it. So we have a bit of a tree farm here. I did grab a integrated dynamics mineral tree. I have a bunch of chests here that we'll go over. So I want to get started today on a whole bunch of things. The goal is to start a lot of mods. If you remember last time, all we did was our basic mining, getting resources, getting materials, getting set up. So we haven't done anything yet. Now I do have some things started, and I will show you what those are in a moment. But we're going to go over these chests. These are the things I want to start digging into. So I have their materials kind of set aside so that we can get started today on these things. I don't know how many of these things we're going to get started on, but yeah, I know where we're going to start. Anyway, I did go to the mining world. I did my mining there. Everyone has seen this mining world. It's exactly the same pretty much as anywhere else you've ever been in any mod pack you've ever been in. So, not exciting. In here is where I've started doing, I did some caving down there for other things just because I didn't want to go to the mining world. I have my initial power gen. Very beginning power gen here. With integrated dynamics, I just did their regular fuel furnace to create some power, cause yeah, this was a chore in itself to figure out how to use integrated dynamics pipes and things. I don't know how to do them, so it was a struggle to figure out how to send power to different machines that I'm going to want. Yeah. I'm still not sure I understand a whole lot of it, but in my bumbling around trying to figure it out, I made a whole bunch of things. Oh, there's a whole bunch of things in here. Yeah. So I've got these interfaces, I've got some logic cables, I've got an energy importer. The energy exporter is on top of the machine in there that makes more of the mineral, because that's like the main material for this. I made the wrench. Yeah, I was so confused for a while, trust me. Because logic cables, these things, don't tell me they're going to do power. So I was just really baffled at something like that. The Akashic Tome now has this many books in it. So we've got the Arcane Archives, Astral Sorcery, Botania, Buildcraft, Cyclic, Electroblob's Wizardry, Embers Rekindled. There's the Integrated Dynamics. This is how I kind of poked around at figuring out the mod. This is just the Encyclopedia Mysticum. It doesn't really have a whole lot in it that is useful. And then the Roots one. That is what I have so far as manuals. And we will be referring to those today. So, yay! Anyway, hi Ninja, hi Mike, nice to see you. So, getting started. There's a bunch of things we could get started on. The first thing I want to get started on actually doesn't have a chest here, because the very first thing you do with it after you get the book you need, it's not like a item that sits in here, and that is to get started with Arcane Archives. Now, I've never ever played with Arcane Archives, so we're going to be going through the manual. And I have opened up the manual, and the script that it uses is really small and fancy, so it might be hard for you guys to read. It's a little hard for me to read, to be fair. But we're going to work it out together. I did do some exploring, and I did some mining and whatnot, so we're just going to pop open these so you can see kind of what I've got on hand. And that's for basic resources, what I've got so far that have not been processed. We've got the non-processed stuff over here. And there's our foodstuffs. So there we go. That's what we have so far. And Arcane Archives is like a magical storage. It is integrated. Yes, AE2 is in this pack. Arcane Archives is like larger storage. It also has, it looks magical. It has a few things to it that I'm still learning. I'm in their Discord to ask questions. But it's also integrated with Roots, Thaumcraft, Botania, Wizardry, Astral Sorcery, Embers, a little bit of Rustic. They're all kind of integrated. You can use these things as well as Blood Magic, Evil Craft, Apotheosis, something like that. There's a lot of other magic mods and whatnot that can integrate with this. So it's tempting to kill these guys to see if I can get a carrot or potato. Nope. I'll take the brain though. So yeah, getting started with Arcane Archives. We want this one. The first thing we're going to want to do is make a Radiant Resonator. And the Radiant Resonator is the block that makes quartz, which is what you need in order to do anything in the mod pack. So as I said, this text is teeny tiny, and the other fancy script is hard to read, so I'm going to do my best that I can. I don't think changing my GUI, because my GUI is at large anyway, because that's what I kind of prefer, either large or normal. Anyway, a Radiant Resonator produces a cluster of raw radiant crystal in the block above itself once every 5 minutes. Once quartz is produced, the process halts until the block above the resonator is cleared. Pretty much, you got to break the quartz for it to grow new quartz. You can only place up to 3 Radiant Resonators. Any further resonators you attempt to place will pop off, and any resonators placed by automated means will destroy themselves. So you're limited by, you can only have 3 in your whole world. Radiant resonators only run while you're online, even if the chunk is loaded. So, Scepter Revelation will return its current process and whether it's running or not. So that's just to detect whether or not it's making crystals and what step in the crystal making process that it is. And when monitored with a redstone comparator, a radiant resonator outputs a signal based on its progress towards creating a new quartz. So you can set that up to automate. Woo! So we're going to be making this first so we can see about getting some crystals. There are ways you can automate it. And that's why you can use redstone with it. So we're going to start with that. As you can see, it's got some fun little things here. So, and then it'll get us to the raw quartz that we need. All right, so Arcane Archives. Right here is the Arcane Archives. Look at all these interesting things. I haven't even looked at this before. Very cool. Anyway, this is the Radiant Resonator. And it generates raw quartz over time. This is the recipe. So we need to make some iron bars. We need some gold and a water bucket. Gold, iron bars. We have the wood. Do I not have a bucket somewhere? I should have had a bucket somewhere. Did I consume it making something? Anyway, we'll go grab a bucket of water and water. Let's water. I can't remember where there's water. Oh wait, there's some water over here. Yay. I was gonna say, wait, there's water over where we started. We can grab this water. All right. I seriously thought I had 2 sheep in here. Whoa, hello. Do I have arrows? That was all the arrows I have. There we go. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, we need 1 more gold. Radiant Resonator. Now remember, we can make 3 of these. I'm gonna make 1 to start. And over time it will just grow crystals for us. Oh good, it says progress. It has a progress bar. Oh, you can't see that. Let's move you. There we go. And transparent. There we go. So this, every 5 minutes it says it grows 1, so it's going to take a little while. See, it's already only at 9%. And from what I heard, you don't see a crystal until it's all done. Then it just goes, blah, crystal. So yeah, we will want to make 3 of those because we need crystals to do anything further. A raw quartz crystal cluster are light sources. They can be collected with a pick bearing the Silk Touch enchantment. Otherwise, breaking a raw quartz cluster will return a piece of raw quartz. Raw quartz clusters can be used as an infusion stabilizer. This is part of the Thaumcraft integration with it. Raw quartz clusters are created over time on top of the Radiant Resonator. Yep. So we know that. So the next thing we need after we get a cluster or a quartz, raw quartz, is we can start making the chests and whatnot from the mod. And they're storage containers that are the size of a regular chest. In block size, but they have as many slots as a vanilla double chest, and each slot can hold 256 items instead of 64. So they're decent sized, and that's what we're going to get started with here very soon when we have a cluster. So the next thing I want to do, I would like to get some Botania going. So those of you who haven't seen me play Botania, you don't know, but I know Botania. I have an extra Lexica. I found it in loot, so I just chucked it in here. We're going to want to get a... Let's break you. A wand and a petal apothecary, and I grabbed these because we're going to want a pure daisy. There's more flowers in here, so we'll do that. So the petal apothecary, do I have cobble? I do. So we'll get that made. And clearly I'm going to need a water source in this area. Clearly. Alright, so we'll put you there, and we're gonna get that picked up. We're gonna go grab water. Let's make us another bucket. So we'll be able to grab 2 of those. Alright. I see that creeper, but I don't know where... if he can see me. I still have some flowers out here. Oh, I missed them. That zombie can see me. Alright. There we go. Now, we need seeds. Seeds. And let's do this. That's how I wanted that. Okay. Alright, so we have a pure daisy. Do I have... yeah, it's not unlocking because I haven't opened that yet. That would be why. There we go. Woo! Congrats! Welcome doing this mod. Blah, blah. Great. So this is where we're at. And we need a wood first because we need to make a wand. So we'll get that going. Look at that. We have our first crystal up here, guys. So there is a raw quartz cluster. If we had Silk Touch, we'd be able to get it like this, and it's a light source. But we don't. So we're going to just get one of the raw radiant quartz, and we're going to turn this one into one of those first. And what you can do is you shift, right click, and it becomes an Arcane Archives Radiant Chest. So there we go. You can search. And Braziers of Hoarding can insert any items into this chest or not. So there's that. Braziers of Hoarding are like how you, in AE, you can throw stuff into your AE system and it goes to any chest. It goes into its storage. So this is pretty much how you connect your storage together. So it's an input. Yeah. So we'll be slowly changing a few of these chests over to the Radiant variety. Misbehaving Panda, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright. So we need to get our Wand of the Forest made. Which means we need you. Can I break all you? Yes, great. I need to grab some more wood. Wood. It's in this one. All right. Yay! Looking good. We're getting going. Want to get all the things started so we can actually get things actually done. 1, 2, 3. And well, that's you. I should be able to turn into, yep, 4. There's our wand of the forest. Yay! A dwarf outpost, Darkwing? That sounds cool. Nuggets! Hi, Owen. Nice to see you too. Alright. I need a new pickaxe. Alright, we need some stone because we're going to need living rock in order to make our mana spreader, our mana pool, the very first piece of equipment. I did make some, but I also have to do some more. That in there. Yeah, ravines are not straight. At least not the ones I've been in. Alright. Gonna make our very first mana spreader. Woo! And our very first generating flower. So let's look at this. You guys all are probably familiar with this if you've watched me before, but our very first flower that we're going to use is the Endoflame. The Endoflame uses furnace fuels to create mana. It is a really crappy flower as far as mana production. So it's just like you starting out with a furnace generator. You don't stick with it the entire playthrough. And I say this every time because so many people who play Botania, that's it. They just make Endoflames and they just make bunches and bunches of Endoflames. And that's just... Don't do that. Do better flowers. Spend the time to engineer better setups. So for that, we're going to need a few more flowers. And I'm trying to do this from memory, but I know we need brown, red, and I think we need light gray. Let's look it up real quick. Yep. 2 brown, 1 red, 1 light gray. That will get us what we need. And in fact, want to get another brown flower out and do 2. That wasn't something. Oh, that was the noise of the crystal growing. That's kind of cool. No, it's not a good idea, Owen, but, you know, to each your own. Alright, let's convert. I wonder if we can convert these iron chests. That one's just got... Let's do this one. There we go. That one will have mob drops and whatnot in it. Alright, so let's make a couple Endoflames. Let's get this living rock collected, and we'll place some more stone down. Alright. Alright, so now We have 2 endoflames. Yay. I'm not really picky about where this stuff goes right now, since this is just to get things started, and I want to make sure I leave some room here for our beginning bees. That's why I'm all the way over here, is because this is forest and river, so it'll work best for our basic bees. Let's put you guys there, and I'm going to do... Alright, the mana spreader is going to go here with the altar, like nearby right there, that we're going to need. Okay. Automatic cake. The cake maker's decent. The cake maker's decent. Alright. Great, so that's all connected. Now we just need to give it fuel. There we go. Am I going to abuse the OP berries? Probably not, because they're not OP. Very poopy food. The the Benny's berry bushes that are all over the world. Like we have, there's like some out here. Where did I see? There. Like this guy. Yeah, if you right click and you with an empty hand, you can just harvest forever. See, I already have a stack and I can just keep going. But they're like terrible as far as food items is concerned. They're great for beginning game. Yes, you can see I'm lighting stuff up as I run around. That is my automatic torch that I found in a loot chest. Woohoo! So that's awesome. Alright, get rid of you. The next crystal we want for this chest, I'm going to see if it'll change the iron chest or not. If not, we'll swap what's in them. Because I'm going to want a big one for food. Okay, so we have some mana generating. We will want to automate this somewhat as the, as things go on. I just wanted to make sure that we got started in as much things as possible. Get started in them so that I have some things to do when I'm not streaming as well. Alright, so the plan is ore generation will be, cross your fingers, bees. I'm hoping to get into bees. We've got the stuff to get started. These are the pristines up here. I went around and collected a bunch of bees. And I think I want to do my ores with bees. I don't know if I want to do other resources, but I think I definitely want to do the ores that I need as bees. I haven't played with bees since Age of Engineering, so it's been a while, and I'm not really good at it, but I thought it'd be fun. Let's see if it'll change this one or if I'm not. Nope, okay. So we'll just do that one then. And we'll move stuff around. What's in that one? That's the... We actually just put... Yeah, this is one of the ones that I did with the matrix crafting. I don't like the excavation. Yeah, there's no gendustry. This is regular bees that we'll be getting into. One of the reasons I have power is because I need to make the initial forestry machine so I can make sturdy casings to make apiaries to do the bees. Bee houses are great if you need a whole bunch of drones, but I want to make sure that I can start doing the mutations. So, yep, and binnies, which makes it even more fun, right? So yeah. Okay, so ore generation is bees. Other resources I haven't decided yet. You know, as far as like the different stones and whatnot. But anything that you would find underground that's valuable. Iron, gold, diamonds, emeralds, lapis, aluminum, copper, lead, tin, all of those things, I'm going to try and do bees. Try. Now, ore processing won't really need to happen. I don't think. I'm trying to remember. Bees make nuggets, don't they? Yeah, you get nuggets. So, cool. Be able to just combine those to make ingots. But I thought that maybe I should have some more processing set up, maybe at least just for early game. For alloys, I might need, although I think I could probably do alloys with bees as well. Yeah, so who knows? Embers is the direction I want to go for any ore processing, any smelting, that sort of stuff. I want to do embers. And this is Embers Rekindled, so it has been modified a little bit. It's not as lossless as it was as Embers 2. And if you've been watching me do Rustic Water C block, you already know I have a little bit of a ember setup there as well. I need to take a quick break. I hear a cat getting into something. I will be right back. So that was Loki and the Christmas tree. Yay! And it's not a regular Christmas tree. It's just one of those ceramic Christmas trees. You stick a light bulb inside and it lights up the little lights. The little lights are removable, so you can place them anywhere you want. It's from my grandma. She always had it on her dining room table. And so with cats, it's a lot better to not have them keep climbing the tree. But he seems to have figured out that he can take the little light ornament things that are just kind of sitting in the tree and take them out and then play with them. I'm already missing like 5 of them. Anyway, there is a spider up there. Woo. Where were we off? Oh, we were left off with embers. So I've been killing some ancient golems as they come through, and I went and collected some clay and sand because we need those to get started with embers. Well, my Christmas decorations are going away this weekend. Hello. So, yeah. Alright, so we have add that need to learn more of that. We have a teeny tiny amount of mana here. I need to. You said sugarcane works with the endoflame. Has that always been the case? Because that doesn't seem like it would be always the case. Huh. Well, here, have some really crappy fuel. Which, yeah, it's just flying through it. Definitely sucky. But anyway, and we have snad. We have snad, so you just probably have tons and tons of sugarcane, don't you? Yeah, well, because as I told you, Endoflame is a really crappy flower. Take, for example, we've got a piece of wood here. It says carbon value 1600. We know that it can do how many pieces of fuel, how many items? 4? Well, when we turn it into charcoal, it does 8, for example, and it burns a certain amount of time with 8. In the Endoflame, that's halved. So however long it takes a piece of charcoal to burn in a furnace, it burns half that length of time in an Endoflame. Which, you know, sugarcane is a crappy fuel source. Real crappy. And I think it can do 1 item in a furnace. Oh, that's new. Didn't know you could do that. I just double clicked on the furnace. Okay. Yep. So yeah, no, with the, if we did SNAD, it is cheap, it is easy to start, exactly. Gotcha, a log cooks 1.5 items. So in here, it would be 0.75 items, technically, so it goes that much faster. So that's why you don't want to stick with Endoflames. Good news is, though, we're not playing Floromancer, so these will never die. But yeah, so we could do a whole bunch of sugarcane. I'm not sure I will. I don't know. I'm not sure that I will. We have another crystal. So not only can we do chests, we can do crafting tables. Oh, that's prettier than the crafting table I have. Items stay in place. 3 recipes can be saved, so that's similar to the forestry workbench. And linked inventories are visible. Let's make one. Yeah, I knew that you were gonna break. And we're gonna actually put you out so we can see you. Cool. Great. Slowly getting magic-y. Hi, Tossle Guy. Nice to see you. And we are getting advancements, apparently. There. Aha. So this is quartz cluster. We don't have silk touch. Smash raw quartz to get slivers of light. Wonder why this one hasn't turned orange. Linked inventories are not visible. It's either a scrap feature. Oh. Well, Does it have to be a radiant inventory? Oh, you're right. It doesn't. Yeah, it is a work in progress mod. I've been talking to the mod creator. It's definitely work in progress. He works on it a lot. So, yeah. Oh, good to know. We'll put you back right there. I'm not sure why I didn't get points for the getting the radiant chest, but we'll do it for the next one. We'll see if we get it in the advancements. I like looking at the advancements for some of this too. Create a scepter of revelation to learn more about everything, and construct a gem cutter's table to increase your crafting. Yeah, this is the next step in order to open up the next tier of things. Lots of really pretty things in there that open up. And then for Botania, we're on to actually making fun stuff. This is where we want to go next with that. Probably want to get into roots next. Get some awesome early game spells. And learn about the rituals. There's some pretty fun, easy rituals. Roots is really good to get started to early game because everything's so easy to make. You just need crops, and it's something that gives you something really handy early game. So I like to get into roots early game when I want to play with roots. I've heard wizardry is something that you can do really early game, but since I'm unfamiliar with it as a mod at all, we'll get to it hopefully today. I've already accomplished everything I wanted to with Botania today. All I wanted to do was make sure I had an ability to make some mana. So I haven't decided how far into Botania we want to go. Applied Energistics is in here, but with me wanting to do magic tech, we might end up doing the Corporean network from Botania linked into the Arcane archives setup, because Arcane archives will have a block looking at the stuff. The manifest, I believe, is what it is, and it lets you look at everything connected to your storage system, and in order to connect things you need to do these slivers. So I think let's do that next. We'll make some slivers. Maybe in order for the crafting table to see things, although it said linked. Not slivers, eye thingies. Slivers are just torches. Oh, well see, I don't even know. I didn't know that. Alternatives to torches, thank you. There's a lantern for a light source. Monitoring crystals, haha. And that I need to get into a gem cutter's table for, because I know that's how I need to make shaped ones. So yeah, we're gonna need more of those. We're gonna need all three running automated. We're gonna need to automate them. And automating them will be it gives you access to the items. It's like a terminal, doesn't it? Doesn't the manifest like a terminal? It is just, it draws lines to the target inventories that things exist in. So what I'm thinking of is the Radiant Lectern. That's Lantern. Okay, so we're definitely going to want Corporeal Network for accessing those items or getting into Applied Energistics for access. What I've been told in the Discord, if I remember correctly, you can use the Manifest Lectern connected with the Corporea Index. If you stick like a Corporea Index next to or near the lectern, when you're in the lectern's GUI and you see an item that you want, if you click the hotkey that will do a Corporea request, it will work. So you can Corporea request things through the lectern. That is what somebody in the Discord said you could do. So there's that. Yeah, because you can already do that through JEI. Like I could click the hotkey, which I don't remember what it was, but whatever the Botania Corporea request hotkey, if we had it in our system, it would automatically request it. But yeah, things to learn. Now they were talking about tiers of something. These gems look interesting. These. Slowly creates infinite lava when placed in a light well. That's kind of cool. That's the mountain tier. Rapidly creates infinite water when placed in a light well. Destroys fluid blocks in a small area. Lights fire at target position. Grants fire resistance if you're about to take fire damage. Consumes gunpowder. Calls lightning strikes. That's kind of cool. I'll have to read about these. The gems sound really cool. Matrix brace. It'd also be an upgrade. Gonna have to learn about. See, I haven't looked at any of this, so I'm just reading it. Devouring charm. There was something I read, and it may not be available yet. I don't think it's available yet. There were matrices. This only goes up to the radiant level, and the next level is the level that he's currently working on. And so that tier has like matrices and things where you can create what would be creative tanks and creative crates or barrels or what drawers or whatever, where you would have infinite level items. Now you have to put like 10 million items in it for it to become a creative one, or 10 million buckets of a liquid for it to become a creative one, but after that it becomes creative. I read about that and I'm like, that sounds cool. So that's later on. All of the stuff that's higher up is later on, but this stuff will all be useful to us. I'm just thinking of like the containment field. Debugger. This is a handheld manifest. That's kind of nice. Used to transfer fluids to and from a radiant tank. Gotcha. So it's like I pair it with this radiant tank and it's got lava in it, and each time I use it, it'll pour lava. Cool. Cool, cool. Lots of coolness. Okay. Alright, so let's turn this one. Can we do it on cobblestone? Yay! So now we have some torches. And this is filled with regular torches, but now we have some magical torches that we could start using. And they look, let's put them here. Woohoo! Now are they items? Am I gonna run into them? No. Okay, that's nice. Very cool. And do they have any uses beyond that? Aspects for Thromecraft. There's more integration. So that's neat as well. Okay, I don't have a chest for that, because currently the only thing we're acquiring are the quartz, which we'll need to automate. Definitely. Okay. Next, let's do the roots, the root stuff. So I have some wild root growing here. That's mostly all I have. I have a little bit of terra spores. These are things you can collect from breaking tall grass. essentially. So yeah, we get started. I don't know if I should make assumptions that you guys don't know what Roots is, but it's a druidic nature magic. You need essential resources to create powders to imbue staves with magical energy. So yeah, we've gotten started with getting the wild root and terra spores, which are the first few things that you can actually get. Hi, Shadow King. So the next thing we do, there's two things. We can do spellcraft or there's pyres. And spellcrafting is one of my favorite things to do. We do need to get more of the ingredients. These are the only two we know. Terra, wild root. Okay. We need bark. We've got aubergines. So let's see here. Just trying to remember how to really get going. I think so we have aubergines. Does it say? Yeah, we can get seeds. We can cook it. We can't do the stuffed ones because we don't have carrots or potatoes yet. Tree bark. We should do some tree bark. We need to do a knife. Elemental swells. Yeah, I haven't unlocked that stuff. So we need to make a knife. All right. I have stone. I need cobble. And we'll do a stone knife. Great. It's almost day. Give us a carrot or potato. And we're just gonna break into this. I forgot to mute my messages, notifications. 46. Trying to get a stack. And each wood, of course, will give you, each vanilla wood will give you a different bark. So let's take down this birch tree. And then there's a spruce tree over here, so we'll take you down. Or most of you. I don't think I'll be able to go all the way up there. Well, let's do it. The zombie coming this way. I think we got it all, didn't we? There's a piece here. All right. Well, I did Roots the very beginning of Enigmatica, but I don't remember all that it had. So we've got 3 different kinds of bark. We do need to get acacia and jungle, but I haven't seen either of those. Dark oak, I haven't seen that either. So when we do encounter them, we'll have those. All right. Go back to the front. Petals. Let's make a mortar and pestle. We can make some petals. This is another crafting ingredient that we're going to need in order to get some of these. Ooh. Yeah, we need to do the grove supplication. Okay. We need to scrape the moss off of cobblestone. And we need to make a staff. And I have the knife. And I did see some mossy cobblestone out here. You can use the terra spores on cobblestone. It will convert it to mossy. But there's some mossy out here in the world. So we'll just take the moss off of the in-world stuff here. Is that all of it? Yep. So there we go. We have some terra moss. That is another resource that we need. Oop. All right. Ooh, look at that. It unlocks more. Yay. That's the stuff I was looking for. All of these crops. Okay. So that, getting the moss, unlocks the Cyclic Fae and with a spell to activate the Grove Stone. Okay, so we need to make a Grove Stone and we need to do the Grove Supplication ritual spell to then unlock. I don't know what it unlocks. I just know it turns the surrounding area to lush with a whole bunch of flowers and grass and stuff. The pyre is what unlocks these other recipes. See all the cool stuff. And I love the runestone. I think it's a really pretty block. So the pyre here is wild root, terra moss, and then we've got cobble and stone. And what else did we need? There we go. I like the elemental soils a lot. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna put we'll put the bonfire up here. Looks like I'm gonna need to make this a little bigger eventually, because clearly I need more space to do things, but you can just throw items on it like you can the runic altar from Botania. And yeah, so that'll be our next step. We can put it out with a bucket of water. Good to know. Need a flint and steel. I do not think we have one because I haven't even gotten to the nether yet. That's something I didn't... The pyre consumed fire around it to attempt to start itself. Can you automate the pyre then? So, as long as it has resources, the right materials, it sucks items from inventory below to keep it going. And as long as it has fire... Awesome. I'll have to look into that, because I think there's some pyre rituals that are useful. All right. Here we are for the first of our spells. So we need to make a mortar and pestle, which is stone, cobble, and charcoal. No, I don't think it needs a fire charge. It just said it consumes fire nearby. So I'm thinking if I just had a netherrack with lit on fire, which never goes out, it will pull fire in to keep it running. You think it takes the fire out? Well, obviously that's something I'd have to test. If it... There has to be a way to automate it, though, if it has that option of keeping inventory underneath of it going. That's true. It won't relight. Okay, we're learning as we go. If it's lit, it'll stay lit. It's just if it's not lit, it tries to light itself.